Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me in studio today. Super exciting show today. I've got something a little bit different for you. So my name is Toni and this is the fabulous Wakefield studio, the How to Craft Network, where you can come and get some inspiration. My name is Toni and we go live to create and craft. We're all over the place at the moment, so I'm sure you've seen us somewhere, whether it be TV here or on your TV at home. So welcome to the studio if you are brand new. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click that subscribe button. There is a little HD button as well, which gives you a better viewing experience, and there is also a bell. So be sure to click that bell and then you'll get all half an hour notice before we go live. So I hope you're all well. There's lots of you on today. It's going so fast is the chat, I can't actually look at it at the moment. Firstly, I just apologise about the last studio. Unfortunately, my son had a bump. Two heads collided at school and we ended up with an egg. So I had to go and collect him. So, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. He was fine when I picked him up, but it's just one of those precautions with your children, I guess. So sorry about that one. So today is a brand new day and we're going to have a look at some new products today. Not products of mine, but some products that I want to talk to you about. If you are on Facebook, we do post a picture of our finished makes as well. So check that one out and let's do some crafting. I don't think I've got anything else to tell you about. Oh, one thing, painting class tomorrow, 10 o'clock. So March is the National Craft Month. Be sure to join us tomorrow here in the studio at 10 o'clock. All you need is some watercolour paints, some watercolour card and a brush. That's it, and some water. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint some poppies, but we're going to paint them in different techniques. So we're going to do a painting into water technique, we're going to do sort of a freehand technique, and then we're going to do sort of like a abstract technique. So then you can pick which one you like, and we're going to do the poppy 3 times. So I hope that's okay. We're super excited about that. So that's 10 o'clock. Last Saturday it lasted for about 2 hours, so be prepared for a 2-hour show, albeit it is scheduled in for an hour and a half. So let's say hi to our lovely friends. Hi Tracy, Marilyn, Linda, Jane, Leslie, Michaela, Jackie, Liz, Lindsay, Brenda, Nola, Susan. Lots of you on. Whew. Going too fast. Have we all got a cup of tea? Are we all super excited? It's lovely to see you all. It really is. So in today's studio, you all know how in the past I've been talking about a white ink pad. And, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with sort of white ink pads. Some service, some deliver really, really well, and some don't. And I've been on the hunt and searching for a white ink pad. Now, we did a white ink pad, a couple of years ago now, but our supplier is no longer in the business, as I already explained to you. And that came with a re-inker, which was brilliant because you could re-ink the pad. So it's been a bit of a journey trying to find a white ink pad. So anyway, I've been on the journey and I've purchased a couple of goodies. So I've purchased this lovely Ink white ink pad. Whilst I was there, you know, fingers ready, I bought some white pigment ink as well. So I went on a white frenzy. I also bought some lovely, lovely texture paste as well. We're not going to use this one today, but I am going to use these two today. Now, I haven't used them. They came yesterday or the day before. So we're going to try them out in studio today, and fingers crossed, if they do what it says on the internet and does what it says on the packaging, we're going to have a successful show. So, need 3 pieces of watercolour. Charlotte's saying, question, do you need 3 pieces of watercolour card? Yes. If you want to do all 3 techniques, I would get 3 pieces of card ready. Yeah, Roseanne's saying she's never had a good one either. So let's try these out. These are by Ink, which is brilliant. They are a well-known brand here in the UK, in fact, everywhere. So let's give these a lovely, lovely go. If they're brilliant, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a few more bits. And then if you like them too, you can buy them as well. I'm not paid to do this, by the way, if anybody's asking. I'm not paid. I just like to use good products and find the right products. Then when you find the right product, you stick with it, don't you? That's how it is. So Tracy says she's worked with Ink, but not the white one. So let's see how it goes then. This one is a fast drying one, which is going to be brilliant for our technique today. So we'll see how it pans out. So what we're going to do is, you see, I spend my money as well. I'm as bad as you at home. You know this. I never have any money. Right, what am I doing? Right, let's grab our Eureka. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is we're going to do what's called a sort of what's the term that crafters use for ghost stamping? Okay, so you will know that ghost stamping is referred to as a light colour and then watercoloured on top, but it also can be referred to when you're stamping white and colour over the top, and that's what we're going to do today, and you can get some fabulous results, particularly on black card. So, everybody's happy, yep. Some have got good results with a Crafter's Companion one. Yep. I have a white Brilliance pad, yep. Unicorn white. Okay, well, let's see how this one fares up. I'm confident. I have a few other Eyes Ink products which are really, really good. So I'm confident it's going to be okay. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of our silhouette stamps and I'm going to use the one that's Love You. And it's the one what we've been showing you for the last few weeks now. So be sure to check out those QR codes because we're getting up to date with the QR codes as well. And I'm going to stamp this solid black one here in white. And then we're going to colour it on top of. And what happens is it gives you instant light and shade because you're putting colour on top of white. So I'll show you that now. So let's just grab the stamp. So I've gone for a small stamp because I appreciate it might take a while to colour. So we'll go for a smaller one. I'm just going to pop it in the centre here. And then we have our lovely bottle as well, which I'm hoping might fulfil some nice white splats. But it can be painted onto cardstock as well. So this one here, we see here with the white on there. It can be used as a watercolour too, which is cool. So let's hold this in place. So I'm just going to ink up the stamp. Let's just get rid of some of the mess going on here. They're not in, and they're not in yet, but as soon as they land, I will let you know. I promise you I'll let you know. So let's give this a whirl. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. So as you would with any ink pad, lots of light taps all over your stamp. So this says it's fast drying. I better be quick, hadn't I, because my air conditioning's on. So let's stamp this one out. The great thing about the Eureka is we can stamp a few times as well if we need to make it really, really white. I've got a light one there. Let's go on. I'm a bit scared to press on a little bit hard because it's a brand new ink pad. So I'll do it again. I pressed on this time. So hopefully we'll get the colour to come through. Oh, that's nice. How beautiful is that? Incredible. I'm going to go one step. I'm just going to do it one more time. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? What a beautiful sympathy card that would make. Now, lots of light taps all over. It already looks really white, Tracy's saying. Yeah, it's probably the best I've had. But we're soon to see because I've got a couple of other things I just want to try it out with as well. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I'm pleased with that. So let's just get rid of this stamp off here and let's just pop it back on our packaging. So you're going to need some colour. You can brilliant shot that one. You can see how white it is. The camera overhead wasn't quite getting as white as it is, but it is white. It's lovely. I'm pleased with that. So you're going to need some coloured pencils to create this sort of effect that we're going to try and do. And what I'm going to do is I'll do the leaves around the base, and then you'll see that that white pop through the sort of the pencil tone. You get a different piece of artwork than what we have been with our watercolours and things like that. It's a really good technique. So Christine's saying, would you recommend cleaning the stamp? You can clean the stamp. We don't have much problem with our stamps and the residue, but with some stamp sets, yeah, you can give them a rub with a rubber or a Versamark sticky ink and then give them a wipe. That sometimes works. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. And now I'm just testing if it is a quick drying. Do you know where we're going with the biggest thumb? Think straight in the middle. It's dry. It's dry. Look at that. My other puddle's on top, so it's dry, so yeah. happy with that one. I wonder if they do these in bigger ones. Does anybody know? I'll have to check that one to see if they do it in a bigger one. I'm always like thinking, if it's not, I always buy small because I think if it don't work, I haven't lost a lot of money. But then you think, well, if you like it, it's like you buy twice, then don't you? Can't win. You can't win. So let's get some greens on here. So let's get a light green and a dark green. Wait till you see the effects that you can achieve with this technique. It's an incredible, incredible technique, and I haven't done it for years. I have a video from about 5 years ago, and I did some leaves on a leaf shape, MDF shape. Some of you might remember, and it looked really, really cool. So again, you can have a couple of shades of green if you want to. Let's just move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go with the lightest colour. Now I'm just going to grab a piece of black cardstock. These are our oil-based pencils. And you can see when you do them on black, they're incredible. Can we see that there? So do a little swatch all the time. You can see there. Do a little swatch before you pop the colour on and make sure you've got the colour that you actually want. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our lovely white silhouette as a sort of template, should we say. So let's go for this leaf here. So I'm just going to add some yellow on top. But I am going to leave some of the white exposed. We see that there? Now, I think this would work with your watercolour pencils, but I think your pencil would need to be really, really sharp because it's a different type of pigment, remember. So that's the lightest one. Let's go with, that might not be dark enough. Let's see what this one is. I'm just going on with a darker on top. I've left some of the white exposed, and I will hold it up and show you in a second. Let me just hold this up, sorry, so you can see. You see that there? I've got a beautiful green leaf on top of a white. It's beautiful. Let me do another one. Let's do this bigger one up here. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking the lighter colour and just colouring over the white. Not all of it. I'd like, the reason why we put the white in there is so we can sort of get a bit of light and shade. So, not pressing on too hard, but I would like a nice, decent colour. Lay down of colour on there. Let's see what this green's like. It's a bit close. Like this one. Then I'm just adding a little darker shade to the base of the petal. Hope you can see that. I hope it's showing well. We see that there? You've got that white coming through. I'm not covering it all. You've got that white coming through. Let's do some more so you can see. So these are the Handmade oil pencils. So they're oil based, so you can get a really lovely blend with them. Don't think, unfortunately, they're even in stock. So let me just do a few of them for you so you can see, because at the moment I appreciate it's not showing much, but I am going to complete this if you all don't mind, because you will be wowed when I lift it up and show you. So a couple of shades of green, and I'm just swapping it out and colouring over that white silhouette we've stamped there. And you'll quickly see it come together. So let's do all of the leaves very quickly. I'll do the one colour all at the same time. So remember what I'm doing. When you stamp out the white, don't colour the whole of the white. Have the courage to leave some white, okay? Like if you want to leave the white in the centre, it looks quite cool. See that there? And the great thing about sort of oil-based pencils as well is the very fact that you can go back over with a white and add a white highlight. So I'm not adding green to them all. He says, I never know when to stop. Right, let's just hold this one up and just show you from the front. Hopefully it'll show. So this is the green. We haven't even touched our flowers yet. And we'll do some pretty... Can we see that there? Looks better from the side. It's showing a little bit better from the side. That looks brilliant, doesn't it? So let's do our flowers as well. We've got some cakes and some emojis on there on chat. Let's do the flowers now. Everybody spotted it. Well done, everyone. So let's do some colours now. So let's get some yellows, some oranges, some pinks. It's a beautiful, mindful technique as this as well. So if you got it on your lap, it looks really, really cool. So let's go with one of the flowers. Let's do this one at the front. So I've got a yellow pencil here and I'm just adding some yellow. And I'm just circle motion all over this sort of template, what we've stamped out, should we say, because the stamps are helping you. The white is really, really cool and has given me that sort of surface area to work with. The white isn't moving as well, which is brilliant. Sometimes you can take the white back off and that's not happening with this, thankfully. I'm adding some orange to the centre as well. And to the outer area, so you can see now we've got, doesn't show very well as of yet, but just be patient. The results are really incredible. See if a bit of pink will go on top. So I'm just doing circle motion. And because it's oil, I can give it a sort of wax and hopefully it'll sorry, that's my fault. I'm too busy looking at it rather than helping you out here. Okay, let's keep going. So let's go a different colour this time. So it's good to experiment. Great technique. It is a good technique. Oh, loving this technique. Oh, I've got to try this technique. You have got to try this technique. It's a fabulous technique. Why not? So let's get, oh, this is a better one. The pink's showing way better. So fingers crossed you'll be able to see this one. So again, circle motion. I'm not taking the pencil right to the tip of that white. The white is casting that sort of silhouette edge. So the lovely white underneath, there you can see it better there. Well, I'm going to stick with this pink because it's a good one. So circles, again, don't cover the whole of the white. I'm leaving the suggestion. And then let's just add a darker colour as well on there. So shall we go, let's see if we've got a purple in here. Oh, see if this will show, it might show. Nope. Always have your little swatch to the side. That one might show. Nope. Let's go back. Add a bit of yellow. And then I'll add a little bit of detail with a gel pen as well, which will be super cool. Well, let's just tidy this one up here where it's not quite showing. Let's get that pink. And then what we need to do is we just need to colour our stems in because they're white. So I'm just going to lightly go over the white, very lightly. Looks super cool, super cool. And then I've got a white gel pen here. Let's just get this activated. So let's pop some detail into the centres of our flowers. Don't worry, it dries back lighter. And you can add a highlight, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this lovely white now. This is the pigment ink. So again, pigment ink we can dilute down. Just a little bit on there, not too much. There we go. I have a funny feeling this is going to be bright white. It will work with pastel pencils. Yes, it would work perfectly. These are oil-based, but work very much like a pastel, so pastel will be perfect. So let's just mix a little bit of water in with this. Did you see how much I put on there? I put the tiniest amount, and look at all that pigment in there. Little goes a long way. I'm just going to add a few. Flat. This will dry back lighter. Have the courage to do it, everyone. So let's just dry this one off. I've just literally done that in what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes. Sorry, just dry the back. I thought you all would have had the pencils. We have a beautiful image there. So let's pop, for a change, let's pop it onto some MDF. Because, you know, Mother's Day is coming. Although my sentiment does not say Mother's Day. But you could pop a Mother's Day sentiment on, of course. Pop it onto this little MDF plaque that I had in my stash. And the little sentiment I've got is actually happy anniversary out of my stash. But you will get the idea. So let's just pop this one on here. And this is a completely different look to what we've been doing with our work, isn't it? So I'm just going to pop happy anniversary off to the side here. Let's just hold this one up and just give it a second to grab. I tell you, my eyes, hopefully that's straight. Well, look at that. For a little gift. So stamp your image in white, get a good white ink pad. I'm happy with my white ink pad. I probably will get the big one. The side. Can you see the colour in there? So no one, again, would ever know that that's a stamp underneath, would they? Isn't it cool? So I think it's called ghost stamping. I think the term for it is ghost stamping. But yeah, what a really, can we just do overhead just to see if we can get, yeah, it's all right, we can see it all. Just don't think you're getting the true beauty of it, either. It is beautiful, trust me. There we go, look at those leaves. Beautiful, thank you. So you can see, using those silhouettes on white, stamp it out in white. We're going to do the technique again, but a little bit different this time. So I have a heart this time, and I have a piece of black card. Now I'm going to stick the heart onto the black card. It is really pretty, isn't it? Something a little bit different, hey? You know, try. So if you've got a good white ink pad, which I've now found, thank goodness, at least you know you're good to go. I just use a cloth, a damp cloth. I use my cleaning cloth, or I use a tissue or something to take it off. I'm not precious about cleaning my stamps. They're really high-end quality. You know, they work day in and day out, really. But if you do like to keep stamps tidy, which I know some of you do, then just a damp, wet cloth is absolutely fine. I expect lots of cards on the Eureka fan page with you doing this now. Hopefully you've all got a white ink pad. So what I'm going to do is just going to fussy cut round this with my blade very quickly. So then I'll have a black heart, so we're really good to go for this next demo. Now, if you're not confident with a knife, which I know some of you aren't, pencil draw around your heart, pencil draw around the heart, and then cut it with your scissors, okay? So don't use something you're not confident with. And then if you've got any rough edges or anything like that, you know that you can sand them away with a, like a nail file or something. There we go. Let's do this top corner here. If you've got any rough edges, you can sand them, push them in. And just take this little bit off here. And then I would just sand that just to tidy it up a little bit, but you get the idea. It's nice to work with MDF as well as different things, isn't it? Yeah. The good thing, I think, is if you haven't got the products, the technique never goes away. So when you do manage to get the product, or when you have some in your stash that will work, then you can revisit it, can't you? It's not like you need to do it right now. I know a lot of us are giddy kippers. Like so. So I have my little black heart here, and I'm going to use the butterflies this time. Or shall we let's do some dragonflies. We did butterflies yesterday in show, didn't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, if I can find it. I was going to use my little mini Eureka, but it's fine. So let's pop the heart in here now. So I'm going to use a large butterfly because it'll show better. So let's pop some dragonflies on our piece of artwork here. So let's pop him over here. That's a good thing about having lots of shapes, isn't it? We can do lots at the same time. Shall we just do it up the side? Yeah, let's do it up the side. Let's do that, hey? That'd be quite cool. So pick up the stamp. So if you are stamping onto MDF, you should really take your rubber mat out. It works without the rubber mat, but it equally as works well with the rubber mat too. So it doesn't matter, there is no right or wrong way. Just bear that in mind. So I'm going with the white again. So lots of light taps over my stamp. Oh, let's give this a good old push down. Do it again. And the good thing is I'm not getting the blobs either. And it's fast drying, so I'm not going to get fingerprints, hopefully. it says. There we go. I'm just going to do it one more time because I really want that true bright white. And there we go. I think I'm going to leave that one. I'm happy with that. You see those there? You can see them there, the white. So, again, let's do the same technique. Let's just put these back on the carrier sheet, wherever they are. I will clean these ones because they've got white all over them. But normally, if I'm stamping away and I'm happy, I don't clean them, but it is personal preference. I'll just clean my door. No, I won't. I'll clean my door later. So this time, shall we do some blues? Let's see how it looks with some blues on here. So can you see, you can't see that all. I can see it, you can't. We see that one? Yeah, I'm going to go with this one then. In fact, I'm going to go with both. So I'm going to start with the lightest colour, and I'm just going to do a colour all over his lovely wing. I'm not going to colour the whole of the white, just inside. I hope you're going to see this. So I'm just pencil on the side. I'm sort of like leaving a halo. I've got that initial blue, and then I've got the darker blue. I'm just going to take from the centre. I don't want my MDF to move. You see, casting that blue shadow in there is really, really pretty. And because we've got that white halo around, it's really, really impactful. We'll come back to the bodies. Now I'm going to do all of these in blue. So I'll quickly do these ones too. So sort of different to the last one, we tried to blend two colours together, whereas this one, we're actually wanting the design to be really, really prominent. I'm pressing on a little harder on this one than I was with the flowers, but it will be down to you when you get them home, or whatever you've got in your stash, to just figure out how hard you need to press. And this would look beautiful on the butterflies. Obviously I will tidy it up. Oh, I haven't done that one, sorry. I'm going to give them a super bright body, if I can. Too bright. I'm just going to add a touch of brown down the centre. I'm going to leave most of it white. Wondering if I've got my sander here now, so I can tidy this up a little bit. But anyway. So what we're going to do now is to make it look like a piece of artwork. Now, if this had a hole in, obviously you can put holes in and things. It would make a lovely sort of hanger for a door or something like that. My door. So let's get a lovely sentiment on here. Let's see if Shine Bright will fit on, because it's a beautiful one. And we're going to heat emboss this one. So anti-static bag. I haven't looked up for ages. Is everybody okay? That's very pretty. Loving the dragonflies, loving the pencils. I'm just sort of putting my anti-static bag down there. Now I'll just grab some heat embossing, just 1 second. Sticky ink pad. So you can have two versions here, like one piece is a home decor piece. Actually, they both could be classed as home decor, couldn't they? Loving the blue. I am not surprised, Karen, you're loving the blue. I'm just going to do it one more time. I'll just grab some card to catch my embossing powder. This is going to look awesome. You take the time to sand your edges off. This is going to look cool. What do I know? Right, let's heat set this one. So get your gun hot. Does anybody work with MDF a lot? I'm just going to heat set this one here. Get rid of those pieces now. They're deciding to come off now, right at the end of the show. You know what it's like. Let's just give this a little tidy up. So that's what it looks like with the heat embossing on there. See that there? Those. You can see those. There you go. You can see those. So let's just add a little bit more detail. So I'm just going to grab my white gel pen. Now you could add a stitch around if you wanted to, but I'm just going to add some highlights to my dragonflies. So I'm just going to take my pen and add a little detail to the wings. So I'll do a little bit of a stitch all the way around as well. So turn your artwork as you go. So just tiny little stitches. This would look way prettier, obviously, if I'd have sanded the edges, but I haven't got my sander in here. But you will have your sanders in your stash. I've just had some dots around my dragonflies. Now I'm just going to grab a little stand and I'm just going to stand this one up for the photo because it won't stand up on its own. Just 1 second. I don't know where they are now. I'll just grab one. Thank you. Thank you. It just helps so you can all see what's going on. I'll just stand this in here for now, if it'll stand up, hopefully. Can we see that if I move? I think you'll be able to see it. And I just need one more. Just going to grab one more for you. Yay, just ignore the rough edges. Pretend I have made them pretty. And then we'll just stand this one up. Hopefully. The pencils will be back in stock soon. Just oopsie-daisy. Not just at the moment though. I really thought that you all had them. I'll just step out of the way while we get a beautiful picture for you. So you can see how if you'd have used your normal pencils you wouldn't be able to do them on black. Yes, you can colour onto black, and the pencils work. These pencils specifically work. But if you put the white underneath, it creates like a halo, doesn't it, where you can capture that sort of light and shade. So you don't have to be an amazing colourist. The white underneath is doing the work for you. So something a little bit different today. I'm going to tidy these up before I take a picture. I'll go get my nice brush and tidy those up for you. Great Mother's Day gifts. What a lovely little keepsake to pop in a drawer. Just a little reminder when you open that drawer for your mum, or, you know, for a loved one or a friend. So there we go. So what's happening? What have I got to tell you about? So we're going to be with you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Don't forget the bits and bobs that you need. Even if you're not painting, please come along and say hi. There was people watching last week and not painting and then watched it later. And then if you do like what you've done, you can always go back and do it again in the afternoon and improve your techniques. I'm super excited about it. I know you are, because you've all been messaging me about it on Facebook and things like that. So I'll look forward to see you all in the morning. I've got nothing else to say other than have a lovely, lovely evening. You know, things are looking bright. The future's looking bright. And I will see you all in the morning, bright and breezy, 10 o'clock. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.